If you had a chance for a do-over in life, what would you do differently? I would not have children. My oldest committed suicide at 17 years old when she found out her boyfriend cheated on her. I would gladly not have to live through that again. Eat better and not waste 8 years with my ex. Would have stayed the fuck away from drugs. Or gotten far away from my family. Which would have kept me away from drugs. Start pursuing my interests in middle school and realize I could have been good at them. My parents hated being inconvenienced and shot down the ideas all the time, which still affects me. To this day, I feel like things aren't worth trying or completing unless I'm instantly good at it. Be a kinder human being in the first third of my life. Many regrets would have never happened. I would never have followed my heart. My heart is just dumb. Be less of a little bitch. I'd pick a degree I actually gave two shits about. Or maybe just not be so afraid of taking a chance in general. Seeing as taking no chances ended with me being unhappy anyway. Stay with my government job. I'd be retired on a pension by now. Instead of digging myself out of $100,000 in business debt. Come out of the closet earlier and move to California earlier. Love more. Hate less. Would have taken that Air Force scholarship, and not have jumped out of that moving car. I might dislike the place I am in today, but I would never want to change anything. I feel like I'm a good guy in the grand scheme of things. I've put more good into the world than I have endured. I would have gotten medicated sooner. I would not have had my second child. She brought nothing but misery to this world from the day she was born till the day she died. Very hard realization for me to say that because I loved her. I do not miss the lying, cheating manipulation she exercised daily. To never settle with just scraping on by. I've been so timid and afraid of failure. I never really spoke up for myself. And always chose the road of least resistance. I mean, it's helped to avoid a few bad situations, but there's numerous times where I should have stood up to people and approached a situation head on. Additionally, I'd come out sooner. It feels odd doing it at this stage in life. Plus, there's a handful of guys I've liked in the past that looking back probably weren't totally straight. Marry a different woman. I love to be married, but, so far, I've been married to two psychotics. I would have got myself that food truck and had business. Ask out that one girl. Be born to rich parents. Not be so eager to drink and spend a decade or so getting wasted. Pursued work with health insurance and sought better doctors. Therapy. Fuck medical gaslighting BTW. Not get married to my now ex-wife. Go to class in college. The rest? Probably the same. I don't have many regrets because truly, at the time, I did exactly what I wanted. And even my worst mistakes brought me to where I am today, the best place mentally that I've ever been. I'd get away from my mom a lot quicker and start working on myself and setting myself up. I spent 30 years trying to prove someone who never cared about me could love me. Lots of wasted time and energy, and I still have to raise myself and do so much internal self-work. She actively sabotaged throughout my life. Let that one crazy girl dress me in her clothes back in high school. Invest in Bitcoin. Seriously though, I wouldn't have gone to college for engineering. I would have gone for something where women were already an appreciable portion of the workforce. The blatant sexism drove me from the field as much as the "you will have no life and be our salaried slave" mentality. A degree in business administration. Certifications for accounting. Out just about any other math-based or not math-based office job would have been fine. Try to retain friendships. I've brushed off a lot of good friends to basically be alone. But Now I think it's better to have them, even if they annoy you at times. Make more of an effort with my career. Being born with the knowledge I have today, everything. Because going through life feeling like you just suck at everything when you're really fighting acute ADHD that wasn't diagnosed for the first 50 years. There's not a goddamn thing I wouldn't do differently. Never touch a drop of alcohol. Never get married, never have kids. Stay in shape, round is not a pleasing shape. Taken care of my back better. Participate in gym class and eat more fruit. Just the basic stuff to be a not sick adult. Focus on myself sooner. Followed a passion at a younger age. I'd probably have dated my current so sooner. We met 7 years ago, and he had never dated, whereas I had dated quite a bit and had a string of bad relationships. I was worried I would hurt him like people had hurt me in the past. And I didn't want to be that bad experience or make him jaded. Turns out he is the type of person who nothing will make him jaded and, in a sense, had a lot more security in himself than I ever did. I regret trying to make his decision for him. Give a fuck about people more. I would love my mom and dad unconditionally. Have my kid before 45. Give them a sibling. Buy real estate. Don't work for myself for my 20s 40s. Start going to the gym 2 decades earlier. Get a graduate degree. Learn to be more empathetic. Started a government job somewhere in healthcare. For the pension and to help humanity. With the option to go private after 20 years and a locked-in pension. For more $. And invested 20 of my savings in an SP 500 index fund VFIAX. To retire early. Accepted my ex breaking up with me instantly instead of making it worse and worse for myself for an additional 2 weeks while trying to bargain our relationship into working. Also, not volunteer on a college campus as a teenager. That wasn't okay and shouldn't have been possible. Predators are everywhere. Not taken antibiotics that gave me nerve damage. I didn't know they could cause this. I wish I did. My life would be different. My family is from Italy. I was raised in the US. I would probably just go back to Europe and live somewhere there. I was an 18-year private when I turned down my co's offer to send me to officer candidate school. Would have been a 19-year lieutenant. Probably retired at 39. Invest heavily in AAPL, NVDA, AMZN, MSFT Goog etc. in 2009, 2016. Missed fucking opportunity. It was all there in plain sight. Pick a different woman. Honestly, pretty much everything. Save my brother's life. Fuck drunk drivers. Taken better care of myself mentally. I'm not in a good place right now. Almost everything. Buy Apple and Microsoft stock when they were cheap. Then I would use that money to learn to play music. That easy, everything. Not be such a nice person. I'd be born into a healthier family. I'd have advocated for myself better. I used to just shut down at authority because nothing that bad would happen if I just shut up and let them berate me or whatever. I should have really sued the shit out of a lot of people. Tears of joy. Quick edit. I was treated super unfairly because high-ranking police in a small town hated my parents and I basically had no parents, so I was constantly in trouble. I don't really blame anyone. Fuck more bitches. Make more money. Gang gang. Would have chosen a different career. So much I don't want to list it all. Begin self-reflection and healing efforts early. Journal all of it down so I could remember and see my growth.